ESPN's Kasper Ackermann sitting here with Robin Fifflaren Johansson of NIP Gaming after once again taking gold at a tournament. When is this gonna end, man?
I think soon. I mean, just look at the teams. You know, everyone is evolving, so we keep on having harder and harder events. So I think obviously it has to end sometime, and we all know it, and we're also prepared for it as well. I think we're probably one of the teams now that has the most maps won without having a loss at events. So obviously it's bound to happen. But if it happens and we, let's say, lose a final or lose an event, okay, that's fine. Back to the drawing board. Go back and practice some more.
For the first time in very long time, you're not playing. You haven't played Berry games in the grand final. How much of a relief was that, and to like finally play another team and try to maybe cope with another team in the grand final?
I think it's nice. I mean, obviously, like, it's always good to have different teams in the finals. Curse is a very strong team, and I think it's gone to the point now where when we play Berry games, I think we played them 4 times now. I think that they're more scared of us, and that's probably what's keeping them back. Knowing that, okay, we lost every single event versus NIP. We really want to win, and the last finals at the AMD EHP event, it was a little bit closer again, but we saw that as well in Valencia and also one of the maps in ESWC. So, but it's always nice to play new teams. I think this event was one of the harder ones for us. Obviously, like, playing Swedish teams for us is very extremely hard. And
why is that?
I just think that it's one of those things as well. It's the same for Very games. When they play their French teams, it's always hard to play people from the same country. Most teams, they have the same playing style as well, depending on what country you're from. So that's probably why as well. Like, for example, look at Lemon Dogs. They're awesome. So I think this event as well just proves as well how big scene we have in Sweden, and how many actually teams that we have that can compete, for example, top 10 in the world.
Yeah, and what do you actually make of this event? Like, if at the previous event you've been to DreamHack Winter, ESWC, DreamHack Valencia as well. Where do you rank this event in comparison to the others?
If you look at every single event, I don't think we had a single event where it's been bad. Which is great. I mean, in Source, I'm pretty sure it's been like that in 1.6 as well. You have a lot of bad events, but I think that so far the standard of events has been really high. It's the same for this one. This one has also been awesome. The computers are awesome. 120 hertz as well. You can't complain. It's at a gallery as well. So I mean, the sound level here is obviously lower than, for example, other events. Music hasn't been blasting for us that much, but I think all in all, it's been a good event, and I hope that they keep on going with esports, and maybe they have another event next year.
It seems to me, and to like 99% of everyone else following CS:GO, that you are pretty much untouchable right now. So I know you probably won't tell you like the recipe for success, but how can teams beat you guys?
I'm not sure. I think it's gone to the point now where people are starting to realize. I mean, we have 4 incredible players, 4 incredible rifle players. Get Right, Freiburg, Forest, and Exist. I think it's really hard to actually stop them on a 1-to-1 duel. I think that certain teams have been doing it well. They might have some certain tactics that might work well versus us, or something that works for them. And I think that at the end of the day, you need to play your own game. You're obviously in, for example, the final for a reason. It's not because you're, for example, trying to play like us or whatever. You're playing your own game, and that's probably what's going to win you matches during later on as well.
Turning back to the grand final, playing Curse took some pretty convincing wins, I guess. What's your take on the match? Anything you wanted, like, looking back at the match, what would you have liked to do differently?
We lost a lot of sloppy rounds. Obviously, when, like I said as well, when our aim isn't up to par, and when we're not hitting our shots, we're gonna lose a few rounds, and that's pretty much what we've seen happen as well. We keep on going 5-6 rounds down, and then we get a grip and we start picking up some rounds as well. So obviously we lost a few 3-on-2s, 2-on-2s as well. And if I were to go back, I would probably fix those mistakes that we did.
Looking at you are the playing the AWP. something you haven't done before, as far as I recall. So how is it to play the AWP role, and what has changed from back in the Source stage? You played for Berlin Alliance, and to now, what has changed in the way you play, in the way you play in Counter-Strike?
Yeah, I did pick up the AWP, and it's extremely difficult. Just picking up the AWP from time to time and just run around and shoot a few people, that's fine. But when you get that gun full time, obviously there's a lot of pressure as well, and you want to play well as well. But I think that's I'm trying to have an improvement structure as well. Since past events, I haven't really been playing that well with the AWP. I seem to go back and rely on my rifle skills a little bit more. It's still the case. I mean, if I were to pick, I would obviously most likely pick up a rifle in a bad situation. But I just tried to keep on improving. I played really well with the AWP against Lemon Dogs, which is the game that I want to see myself in playing every single match. Obviously, it's not going to happen. I'm going to have my ups and I'm going to have my downs. And it's just about having the patience to try to lower the lowest part of my skill with the AWP, and just to try to improve and be a little bit more stable with it. As compared to, for example, Source, I sometimes, depending on what map it was, maybe Train, I would pick it up and maybe be a second opper. But again, it was only a few rounds, and obviously this has changed the way I play as well. I tend to be a little bit more supportive now. Obviously, since we have four amazing players, it's always good to try and help them out to get those kills and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, they're in the team to frag. They're amazing fraggers. I'm in the team to support and obviously get information.
And as said, you took a quite a convincing win versus Curse Gaming. So looking back at the tournament, from where I see it, all of you have been doing extremely well. But if it was up to you, who would you give the, let's call it, the MVP award from your team, and why?
For this event?
Yeah.
I would say Exist. He's been playing solid every single match that we played this event, and he's awesome. And he's also doing a great job with the in-game calling as well. So hands down, Exist.
I'm looking at the upcoming events, upcoming weeks, upcoming month. Going to NorthCon next week, and expectations for NorthCon, going to take another title.
I think that event will be actually quite tough. There's a lot of good teams going there as well, and obviously, like I said as well, people are improving and teams are improving. So every single event that we attend, it's going to be harder and harder to win. But I'm expecting a really good tournament. I'm hoping that the structure of the tournament as well. I saw a schedule of it a little bit. It's going to be a lot of games, but I'm hoping that it's going to be on time, and it's going to be a solid tournament throughout. And
Nib, of course, announced that you couldn't go to the SLTV finals if you were to qualify, most likely. So you dropped out due to Get Right having a surgery in 10 days, I guess. So I guess we'll see you after New Year. So what's happening after New Year for you guys?
Well, the only thing we have scheduled at the moment is ESEA. We really want to qualify for the global finals. That's probably going to be our main focus. We don't have any other events planned. So unless anything comes up, the next event that we will probably play will be in March if we qualify for the global finals. And that's pretty much what we're going to keep the focus on right now.
You won't try to qualify for into Extreme Masters Poland in January?
No, it's still too early for Get Right, and also we have other plans. It's at a very bad date for us. We have certain people that that has something else to do as well, so we will probably not attend the IEM Poland.
Okay, cool. And congratulations once again with the victory. Any final words?
Just a big thanks to our sponsors, obviously. BenQ, Telia, SteelSeries. Orkbite as well. I seem to forget
CDON,
THOR, even the ones hosting the tournament. Yeah. Sorry, that's the reason. No, but obviously they're all amazing. They're helping us a lot. Without them, we wouldn't be able to travel so much that we do and attend every single event. So big thanks to them, and also big thanks to our managers as well, Heaton, Nicholas, and Anton.
Yeah. And with this interview, our THOR Open 2012 coverage ends. Do stay tuned to esplan.net for more coverage of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. See you guys. It's been great.